Hello, welcome back. Last time I seem to have gotten involved in some sort of war, and now we're making increasingly violent implements for it. Somebody pointed something out that I might want to look at here. Apparently there's some more buttons here that I've never clicked. What are you? Ghost atoms. If I step forward... Okay. So hold 2... and I can see what counts as the area of the puzzle. So that went up to 12 because this is now included. So that's part of the area. Okay, so it is actually just a number of hexes. Sure, and it touched those, it touched that as it swung by. Okay, so it's kind of basically what I said. Like if you were to build a frame around this, and not have it collide too directly with the walls, then the area inside is more or less what the puzzle area is. Okay, good to know. At least now I can actually see how it's measured. Alright, at some point I need to play Sigmar's Garden like 10 more times. That's tempting, but let's not do it right now. Mist of Incapacitation. Wait, the airship dock is lost now too? I thought we were pushing them back. It seems they're moving quite fast, faster than we anticipated. This is absurd. Don't we outnumber them? We do, but if this keeps happening, won't we lose the war? Come now, it's hardly a war. Then what is it? I've explained it. It's best understood as, say, a kind of diplomacy. This is absurd. I'll do it then. I'll ensure that House Colvin regrets every building they take. Alright. So... Anataeus sees this as a war. I'm actually inclined to agree with him. Captain Gelt sees it as something different. Alright, Mist of Incapacitation Part A, Part B. Okay, so 2 outputs this time. So we got air and... what is that? Air Quicksilver and air... what symbol is that? Tin. Yeah, please do not breathe mercury vapor. That's very bad for you. It will probably incapacitate you in some way. Oh boy, right, okay. Yeah, starting one of these puzzles. Lots of decisions to make. Alright, so obviously I'm bonding things. Obviously I need a source of air. Obviously I need a source of Quicksilver, which will go both here and to the... what's it called? Glyph of Projection. Which will take that air and turn it into... no, not the air. No, right, I also need a source of lead. I'll take the lead and turn it into... tin. Okay, so the most annoying thing with this layout that I've just kind of plunked down would be getting this air atom from here to there. And also, you know, I still gotta bond these things together. So I have this feeling. Probably not going to try to do this. So I'm realizing now that basically what I have been optimizing this whole time is cost. Doing it with the smallest number of elements means, basically, unless I'm using, you know, a more expensive one that's the same size as another one, that means I'm optimizing for cost pretty much. So I guess that's kind of the way I like to think, you know, do it with a minimum number of things, even if cycles are a little longer and area's a little bit larger. I guess I'm kind of going for like cost first, area second, cycles third, roughly. Yeah, I guess that's about my priority order. Lots of different ways you could do it though. So, just kind of shuffling things around on the table until inspiration strikes. I mean, that's kind of how it's done. Alright, so do I want to use 1 bond or 2? If I'm optimizing aggressively for cost, then I really want to use just 1. And since there's only 1 source of water, and it has 2 destinations, it's going to have to go, you know, be pulled out of there twice. It can be put in here twice. So I think it's not unreasonable to use just 1 of these dudes for everything. Okay, so water comes out, water bonds. Let's see, if I were to be... I wonder what it means. What would it mean if one half of this machine were faster than the other? Like if I put make two A's for every B. Wonder what that would mean. I've never had two outputs before. Anyway, so water only really has to go to two places. Well, arguably it only has to go to one place, and then twice from there to the outputs. Okay, so I'm having a vision of a thing that looks kind of like... Not like that, that's not right yet. So you take the water from here, you swing it up there, then you swing it over here, which would mean that's your output. So you swing it up there, it bonds, you swing it over there, and you get that. You swing it over here, and then you get this. Okay, that seems extremely reasonable to me. And that's the only thing the water does. So then just for every two of these, let's reverse those because the Quicksilver's a little easier to get in there. Yes, that seems completely reasonable, I think. So then, Quicksilver does need to be bonded in here. Sometime after that, it also needs to go to a glyph of projection. So they could go down first. Those shouldn't collide as they swing those directions, I think. So you go down there. Then you come up here. This gets one lead. Opportunity to use just this one arm here, and I think I'm going to take it. If I'm doing that, though, then I would need this to be arranged differently, which seems very reasonable. Okay. I think I can do a little... No, I don't think I can do much better than that. That's about the best it's going to get. Alright, what's this? Why are you here? You're a second glyph of projection that I don't need. Okay, I think this is all my ingredients here. Can this be? This sounds questionable, but maybe this is all I need. This seems so tiny and just like nothing. It's fine though, if I can make it work. Alright, so grab, rotate, grab, rotate. Let's do these at the same time. I think that'll make more sense. Alright, so you've placed that there, you've placed that there. First I want to make sure those don't somehow collide. They don't somehow collide, great. So, one will just continue on its merry way. Rotate there, reset. Two needs to release, of course. And I guess it can go ahead and just reset fully. Then it's going to have to grab and rotate around all the way. Rotate around all the way. Keep on going. Well, after you release, you know. And I think this is the first time I'm going to have this end a loop without an actual reset on it. Maybe. No, maybe. I don't know. What would a reset do here? Okay, it would just take one instruction and go from here to here. So it's smart, it knows what the state is, it knows the quickest way to get there. It's not gonna, when it sees that the arm is here, it's not gonna drop and then go all the way back around here. Because if it were doing that, I would see a big arrow coming out of here doing all those things. Anyway, so you've released, hang on, so you've grabbed that, put it there. Reset, grab that. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, grab, rotate. So that lead should be promoted to tin now, right? 1, 2, 3. Reset. And then this is the point at which you will want to have, I mean, you can do this immediately. There's no reason to wait. But then you have to wait there until this point, I think. And you go left and you reset. Okay, that should be a complete machine, right? What? The Quicksilver. I need to release and re-grab, I guess? Okay, so Glyph of Projection requires me to release and re-grab, if I'm seeing this right. Am I seeing this right? This is like really not optimized for cycles. It didn't work. Is this backward? It is. So maybe it doesn't require that. I just had my components in the wrong spots. I guess I get confused because, like, this is really dark, this is very light, so it looks like, you know, it looks like I want to put the light thing in the dark place, the light thing in the light place and the dark thing in the dark place, but it's the opposites. Okay, looks like this machine works. It's going to be terrible for cycles, but decent for area and cost. Yes, I predicted it accurately for once. Pretty good for cost, man. Alright, cool. These files contain a vapor that makes areas inaccessible for a time. A mist of poison? It won't be fatal. Not very honorable. I doubt Armand would be pleased. Do you have better ideas? We've been struggling to catch up this whole time. So Anataeus is going off on his own and inventing this. This was not at Captain Gelt's order. Nonsense. We're making a good show of our defense while we wait for House Colvin to respond to our message. A truce will be negotiated soon enough. Won't the terms be more favorable if we push back harder? The terms will be favorable either way. Armand is a master negotiator. It's how he built the house, this house into what it is today. Okay. Alright, well that was fun. Explosive vial. I've got an idea for a new weapon. Oh man, he's really getting into this. Something simple that even the house staff could use. The staff? Those who haven't been bestowed a sword certainly shouldn't be given any other weapons. But what if House Colvin doesn't stand down? What if our soldiers can't hold the line against them? You're being foolish. A message will arrive any moment now. You keep saying that, and yet... Besides, if there's fighting indoors, the damage to the property would be extremely unfortunate. If Colvin breached the perimeter, won't the consequences be much worse? Alright. Triplex bonding. Oh hey, I get a new thing. What? 3 separate types of bonds. So there's... Okay. So there's the black bond, the red bond, and the yellow bond. And they're different. Yeah, okay, so introducing new mechanics. Somehow I figured this would be all the mechanics we got and we just get minor variations on that, but this makes sense. Yeah, okay, I see this has to be triple bonded. It's awfully, like, small and dark here. Like, how are you supposed to really see this? I mean, here it's even smaller. This game has some serious readability issues, not just in the text, but I guess I can tell what's going on. Got to triple bond the fire together, and do a normal bond between that and the salt, alright? So it's expensive, but it's going to be necessary. No getting around that. 2 fires. Gonna need one of these, obviously, somewhere. Might as well use 2 fires. As long as I'm using at least 2 arms for them, which I'll have to. There's probably not much I could do with just 1 arm for this. Okay, so that little demo showed me some stuff. This is not... Yeah, that's basically what I want, I think. Okay. So, while you're doing some work here... Alright, so give me... I'm gonna have to bond some other stuff together too before I get all the way up there. That's fine. So we will need one of the... No, we won't necessarily. If I could use this bonding mechanism the same... Like that's this bond. Like it's the same as... Yeah, okay, this is definitely the same as this. Okay. So we're going to do a bunch of shuffling around to insert extra bonds between the two fire atoms. This should be pretty reasonable, though. Like, I think I can already start programming this. The area will only grow by, like, incidental hexes around here that the fire atoms touch. Alright, so both of you grab right now. Number 1, okay, 1 is over here. Go, no, you're not making salt yet. So first we're putting those together. 2 is going to do the task of trying to get the extra bonds in there, which I think it can do all on its own. Maybe. While 1 works on getting... Okay, I'm not so sure about this at this point, but it might end up working. I might have some collision issues here, that's what I'm foreseeing. I also have the inconvenience that if you want to calcify this, you'll have to swing all the way around, but I think that's actually okay, because you're going to be busy bonding those two fire atoms, taking up this space. Yeah, and what I want to end with is fire, fire, salt. No, then I'll have collisions. So that's probably a problem, because like this is like a tight little space to get anything into. Could I do it a different way? No, this is the only one of these that this arm can reach from here. I still really want to make this work. What if I put this just a little farther out? I don't know. Let's I mean, I can foresee the problem. Why would I keep going if I see a problem coming? No, I'm not so sure. This might be fine. Just gotta do a little dance with some things. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. So right, you've both put your things there. Number 1 can go ahead and just reset. Grab again. You'll rotate around. Four times, possibly release. I have some plans for that, but I'm not getting there yet. So first number 2 needs to do some work. So that's bonded those two. Now you should probably just pivot this way. You know, I think... Okay, so hang on. So what have I done? You're pivoting that way. That's fine. You can't reach there, though. Okay, so... Pivot back the other way and release? Let me see what I've done so far. Wait, why did you do that? You just want to release. Okay, so that's 1 bond, that's 2 bonds. No, I didn't pivot back. I did the same one twice. So to do what I was thinking here would involve... Number 1, grabbing and pivoting on its own before resetting. Okay, so I've triple bonded that, sure. What's your plan for moving it down there to get the salt into that position? Don't have one. Probably gonna need one. Yeah, I have no way to pull it down there. Okay, so there are several problems with this. I love how compact this is, but I'm not going to be able to make it work. But it's cool. I want to make something similar to this work. I mean, I could do, you know, forget about cost and just like take a, yeah, that'd be cheaper than putting this on a track. It'd be cheaper than a piston arm. Okay, well, you know what? That's reasonable. So number 3 is just going to sit there for a bit. At the point when you get... Oh, hey, that frees up number 1 to do other stuff. Okay, sure, so 3 arms. This seems fine. I liked how it was before, but I think this will work okay. So right, number 1 is freed up to do other things. So I can just delete those instructions, put this back to how it was. Number 2 doesn't have a lot of jobs here. You don't want to pivot back that way. Number 2 is just kind of done at that point. Just sit and do nothing. Number 3 needs to grab and move in the plus direction. No, not yet. It needs to grab, then pivot this way, then move in plus. Right? Looks right so far, so then that salt just needs to make it all the way over to there. Transfer control of this to you, then you swing it up there, and you're done. That's going to collide with things. So that fire needs to go a bit farther away, which is fine. I can do that. Okay, so avoid collisions like this. Number 2 just gets another... number 1 is busy anyway, so this doesn't add to my cycles. Okay, so number 1. You keep on going. I have you going all the way to there. And then that'll bond, so all you really do is just this and reset? Could that be my entire program? No, definitely not. What happened? What did I do? Okay, so for one thing, 3 is gonna have to reset. You can just release at that point and reset right around the time number 1 claims your thing. However, number 1 is not claiming it. You need another left before you do the right. Okay, so all this moves over here. You do another left. How's that? It didn't bond. I wonder if this can't be used for a... No, it can't. Creates 3 separate types of bonds between fire atoms. Specifically fire atoms, so I can't have this. Yeah, has the fire symbol inside, so this cannot do the duty of bonding this to the salt. Okay, well, there goes that plan. It seemed like a good idea. Alright, fine. Let's do something completely different. So in that case, I can delete 3 entirely. Put this back to how it was. And just do the extra bond somewhere else. Okay, what does that give me at this point? Oh, but now I'm not doing the triple bond with that, so no, I need, what, I still need the 3 just to rotate around like that? No. No, no, no. No, I can do things. One just has to wait around here for a bit. So release, let you do that, let you reset. Grab. Now hold up, you need to pivot back. That's why I had that in there. You're gonna grab, pivot. Okay, so what have I done? Great, that's what I wanted. So then let's, so if I were to rotate around like this and this. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I want. So I'll put you here. Actually here. Okay, so you're gonna grab, you're gonna keep hold of that. Don't do this reset yet. So keep hold of that. Go right, go right. Then you reset. Grab, left, left. Pivot, right, left, left, reset? I think so. Let's see it. Cool. All right. That's a solution. Okay. So I kept it confined to this space, though it is touching like a bunch of stuff here. Hold on. I think I can improve my area by swapping these two instructions. That way it won't swing out into there. Right? But I do need to pivot before it gets down here. Okay, so that should be fairly optimal? Sort of? Kind of? I mean, like, you know. Decent. I also like the shape that it packed into. That's pretty nice. Seems a little arbitrary that it's just like, just fire atoms can have these weird bonds between them. Well, okay. That's fine. A little below average on cycles. Yeah, I feel like 1 was overloaded and 2 was underloaded, but I'd have to have laid this out completely differently for that not to be true. There, a phial of fire, able to be thrown by anyone, even those with no training. I can't imagine the captain enjoying that thought. Oh no, he absolutely hates the idea. Then why pursue it? Shouldn't we take every measure possible to ensure our victory? Are you sure this improves our chances? People without training throwing explosive, like, you know, Molotov cocktails around, possibly indoors. Yeah, that'll help your war. I don't know, maybe not. I feel like I have to try everything. You're very enthusiastic, at least. Okay, the Colvin message, what this? Taros Colvin, Master of House Colvin, would like you to know that he will be pursuing this campaign until your unconditional surrender is received. For years, House Colvin has watched House Van Tassen reap the benefits of its standing without justly earning it, and Master Colvin, in his wisdom, has decided this arrogance has gone on long enough. Light your beacon green to signal your surrender, then we will negotiate. Varen Ravari, Head Alchemist, House Colvin. Okay. So, war's not ending as Professor Gelt predicted. Anataeus seems to actually be the one who's on the money here. The outsider who is, like, getting way into this war stuff and has that attitude just happens to be the one who knows what's going on. Alright, so armor and courage. That's what's going to be happening. Alright, see you next time for those.